Hello and welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things magic. In today's video, we are going to add 10 creatures to our Momir Vig Cube with converted mana costs 8 or higher. What's up, MTG That is the MTG Burgeoning community. Welcome back to our 8th installment of the Momir Vig Cube series. If you are unfamiliar with the scope and vision of this Momir Vig Cube, please search in the description below and find MTG Burgeoning's introduction to the Momir Vig variant. Watch that video and then come right back as we install the first 10 cards with creatures of converted mana cost 8 or higher. Additionally, you can click the link to Cube Cobra and check out the contents of this cube. All right, so we got 10 creatures to talk about today, and the first creature we are going to talk about is a Chroma Angel of Fury. 6/6, she can't be countered, which isn't going to be any big deal in this Momir Vig Cube because we're only dealing with creatures. A Chroma Angel of Fury has flying, trample, protection from white, and protection from blue. And she also has fire breathing because why not? We are not going to utilize her morph ability because she's coming straight from the cube. All right, if a Chroma 2.0 is good enough to make the cube, a Chroma 1.0 is as well. The original Angel of Wrath. 6/6, flying, first strike, trample, haste, protection from black, protection from red, and vigilance. A Chroma Angel of Wrath could be a game-ending creature to summon from the Momir Vig Cube. Creature number 3, and boy oh boy, can we really consider this to be a potential game-ending creature to summon for at least one of our opponents? The Apex Altasaur, a 10/10 that when it ETBs, it fights up to one target creature we don't control. It also has the Enrage mechanic. Whenever Apex Altasaur is dealt damage, it fights up to one target creature we don't control. So what this means is that we can have it come down, we can have it pick off a creature, hopefully we're aiming for a creature with a very small power at first, because once we fight that first creature, then the Enrage mechanic is going to kick in, and we're going to fight another creature. And then the Enrage mechanic is going to trigger again, and we're going to fight another creature. The goal is to try to fight as many creatures as we can, as long as the Apex Altasaur's toughness remains above 0. Lastly, with just 1 toughness left or 2 as close to 0 as possible, then we look to fight and pop off the biggest creature at the table by dealing 10 points of damage right to their face. Apex Altasaur can come down and wipe out an opponent's entire army through the investment of just 8 mana. And notice that is a creature that has a 9 CMC, but in this Momir Vig Cube, you have about a 1 in 3 chance of conjuring a creature with a higher mana value of 8 when you tap and summon for 8. Next up, creature number 4, we have the Archetype of Endurance, a 6/5. Creatures we control have hexproof. Creatures our opponents control lose hexproof and can't have or gain hexproof. That's a lot of hexproofing, and it may be a lot more valuable than it seems, particularly in a format that's devoid of any instant and sorcery spells. Creature number 5, as we hit the halfway mark of this installment, is the Archon of Cruelty, a 6/6 flyer that whenever it ETBs, target opponent sacrifices a creature. It also could be a planeswalker, but for the purposes of this Momir Vig Cube and our gameplay variant, target opponent will sacrifice a creature. Then they discard a card, and then they lose 3 life. We draw a card and gain 3 life. That's with the ETB trigger and each time it attacks. Our resources and life increase, while the resources of our opponents decrease. The Archon of Cruelty, well, it's pretty cruel. All right, creature number 6, and we're going back to the time of Odyssey. for the Ashen Fire Beast, a 6/6. Every time we tap 1 in a red mana, it deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. MTG BC, make sure your land deck is packing the mountains, baby, because this is a way in which to rid the battlefield of a whole lot of dorks. All right, creature card number 7. We're going multicolored for the first time here. Ashen Rider, 5/5 flyer. When it enters the battlefield or dies, exile target permanent. Baby, 2 permanents. If it ends up dying, that is pretty valuable. Oh boy. All right, here we go. And to close out this video, we are going to hit the trifecta of avatars. The first avatar is the Avatar of Fury. It's a 6/6 flyer with fire breathing. Its top block of text will not apply to this Momir Vig Cube, but a 6/6 flyer with fire breathing is a pretty good investment, particularly in the late game. Our next avatar is the Avatar of Hope, a 4/9 flyer that may block any number of creatures. So as long as we can keep Avatar of Hope's toughness above 0, and it doesn't have any death touch with the creatures that we're blocking, we can really stay in the game for a very long time by blocking a host of creatures during each one of our opponent's combats. All right, creature card number 10, and our last card of the day as we move to the 150 card mark of this Momir Vig Cube. We are 10% of the way there and 90% left. Card number 10 with CMC value of 8 or more is the Avatar of Slaughter. It's an 8/8, and all creatures have double strike and must attack each turn if able. With this creature on the battlefield, boy oh boy, the game should end pretty quickly. Avatar of Slaughter is creature card number 10 in this installment of our Momir Vig Cube. And there you have it, MTG BC. We are 150 cards deep into our Momir Vig Cube. We have had a nice little smattering, a nice little sample size of each converted mana cost 1 through 7, and then 10 spicy hits from CMC 8 or higher. What do you think so far as we're 10% through our cube? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to check out Cube Cobra to see the contents of our cube as we speak. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things magic.